Hi everyone, this is Gege and welcome back to Be Colorful. This is the fifth and the last part of the mini video series where I share with you some ideas on how to use small dies like those contained in the Tonic Craft Kit 52. You can find the links to all previous videos below in the description box and at the end of this video. But now let's start right away! We have created the cooking, gardening and the builder themed card. Today we dedicate ourselves to another theme, the barbecue. And the last idea I propose you to use small dies is to create stamps. Create stamps is quite simple. Just die cut a foam sheet. You can also create mounted stamps, as I did for these letters. Here are two layers of foam sheet, which I then glued onto a square of cardboard from a box. For the handle, I simply glued 4 strips of cardboard. In this case, I'm gonna leave them unmounted. To use them, therefore, I'm going to apply a little bit of tape glue. This one I'm using doesn't have a very strong adhesive, so it's okay. It will be easy to remove the foam. Let's do a test. Okay, it works. And now we just have to stamp. In my case, I decided to do some heat embossing then on white 4¼ by 5½ cardstock. I start stamping in random way with a clear embossing ink. I'm gonna make 2 panels, one with a clear embossing powder, the other one with a black embossing powder. For this card, I'm gonna use the black embossed panel. I divide it in 2 parts with an oblique cut. I cut it out together with another white panel of the same size. In this way, we can create 2 cards from a background. Between the 2 panels, I'm gonna glue a strip of red satin paper from the kit. I think as a decorative element I'd like to hang the barbecue tools like this. So first of all I glue the panels onto the card base. I glue the white panel with some foam tape just to create a nice dimension. Then I stamp the sentiment. As you can see, I didn't get a nice and crisp stamp, probably because I stamped after gluing the panel with foam tape. In these cases, if we stamped without a stamping platform, a solution is to correct the stamp by going over with a black pen. Okay, I also dirty the paper. Well, good judge. Recently I finally bought this eraser, which is a sand eraser. It is used to remove ink mistakes. And finally I bought it, fortunately, despite the fact that I make a lot of mistakes like this one. That's incredible. Now I really hope it works. It's the first time I'm using it. Okay, well, it works. Well, if I look closely, I notice a slightly damaged paper. But I can say that the eraser has solved my disaster. What do you think? Very well, now I create the barbecue tools by die cutting both on the classic cherry red paper of the kit to make the handles and on silver satin paper for the metal parts. Once all the tools have been made, I decided their position and I'm going to glue them on the card base. And the card is finished. For the next and final card, I'm gonna use the background created with clear embossing powder. Also, I want to give you a new tip on how to use creatively this die of the kit, designed to create a decorative panel for the apron box that we can create with this kit. In fact, I'm gonna create a barbecue seen from above. With this metallic red embossed cotton paper, I will create the glowing embers. I'm going to ruin it a bit with sand eraser. You can also use sandpaper. In this way, I remove some of the red metallic part, revealing the black paper at the base, so it looks like hot coals. To make the grid, I'm gonna use these two dies from the kit. I die cut on silver satin paper and I create a halo effect with a grey marker. I glue the two parts together with some liquid glue. Then I need the stake. I downloaded an image from the internet. I leave you the link below in the description box. And now I resize and stamp it. I'm going to color it, trying to make a well-done steak. You will understand why later on. Well, next I'm going to create a couple of barbecue tools by die cutting them on silver satin paper. And I move on to the sentiment. I'm going to compose the phrase well done, so I'm gonna make a a funny card. I'm going to die cut the word done with a letter die set, die cutting on the red satin paper included in the kit, while I die cut well on a black mirror card using a generic greeting sentiment die set. Now that all the elements are ready, I'm going to trim off the background panel so that it is slightly smaller than the card base, which will be a standard card that's 4¼ by 5½ inches. Then I cut another panel out of black cardstock to create finishing edges. And I glue everything down. For the stake, I use some foam pad to give it a dimension. I decided to make the tool handles using black mirror paper, the same one I used to die cut well. I finished the card by gluing decorative strips using the same papers I used for the various elements, the silver satin paper, the mirror black one, and the red satin paper. I remove the glue residues with this special eraser, thus ending the 9th and last card of this series. And the mini-series of videos dedicated to the creative use of small dies end here. I hope these ideas have been useful to you and inspired you to use your dies in different ways. I'd like to remind you that if you want, you can leave me a thumbs up and a comment and subscribe to my channel. These are small but very important things to support my work. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time. Bye bye and be colorful.